Hi guys, it's
Hi,
Seth
everyone.
and James. Okay, so if you've watched our show, you know we always begin by going like, we're live, like we can't believe it worked. Well, we are technological, basically nightmares. We had an amazing show with Randy Rainbow. We tried to quote unquote improve it after it was done to make it look better. Anyway, the other story is we deleted it. However, the genius David Katz was sort of
who is working day and night to help make the show happen.
Everybody's volunteering. It was able to basically salvage some of the Randy Rainbow show. So, look, you can see some of it. That's all I can say. It's shocking that after almost 3 weeks, we've only basically ruined one show. So
it's actually a really good track record.
Yeah.
Stuff.
So here's what we have left of the Randy Rainbow show. And here's really the best news. The whole thing is a fundraiser for the Actors Fund.
Absolutely.
While it was happening, people were donating. And we had two amazing people, Carol and Jeff, literally match the funds. So we got an additional $10,000. So we raised so much money in the Randy Rainbow show. Sorry that we don't have a tech team. This is our tech team, and then we ask our friends David and Ross to help. Anyway,
any sponsors out there who could help make that happen, we will gladly read and respond quickly to those emails.
Please, guys, email us at starsinthehouse.com. Anyway, here is the Randy Rainbow show. It's not the whole thing, but it's still pretty amazing. Enjoy.
Hi, everyone. I know, right? So I'm Seth Rudetsky. By the way, he hates when we dress alike or speak alike. We should do one show where we're dressed as twinsies. Twinsies. Silence. Okay, he's so shut down emotionally. He hates it.
All right, I'm James Wesley. This is my husband, Seth Rudetsky. Welcome to Stars in the House. Why don't you put on, because I think we're going to have a lot of new viewers today.
Okay, so this is for all the people that we had Beetlejuice on, and they were 5 minutes later. It was like, is Beetlejuice coming? Where's Beetlejuice? Is this Beetlejuice?
So after being emotionally scarred by that, we're going to tell all the Randy Rainbow fans, and we know there are a lot.
Okay,
he will be on soon.
So calm down. He is Namaste. Okay, right. So anyway, this is the fundraiser we do every single day, or you can just watch
twice a day.
Yeah, twice a day. We can just watch it for funsies. Right. So it's 2 p.m., 8 p.m. Eastern. And we do it every single day. Tomorrow, by the way, there's going to be a matinee, but we'll talk about it later. But it's for the Actors Fund, which is a misnomer. This fund is not just for actors. It's for anyone in the entertainment or arts field, your local theater, people working, TV production companies all around the country.
Every performing arts organization that's a professional performing arts organization around the country, we're all affected by it. But a lot of them are going to be in danger if this goes on for a long time. And the reality is we don't know how long it will go on. And so I believe, Seth believes, Kristin Chenoweth believes, I believe every artist who comes on here believes that the Actors Fund, if not the top reason why the arts will survive, it's one of the reasons the arts will survive. And we're here to support them just like you are. So on that note, Seth, I wanted to share something.
Let me do a banner.
Put the banner up. And this is from Joe Benacosta, who's the president and CEO of the Actors Fund, just to give people a bit of an update here. As of today, meaning I guess in the last couple of weeks, right? Since this has started, the Actors Fund has provided $1,536,052 in emergency financial assistance.
That's like
emergency,
like rent, their medical bills. It's not like I need my hair done, which by the way I do, but it's for actual emergencies.
Except that you have a kid who actually is a licensed cosmetologist. You have no excuse.
But I can't style it. It's just a style it for
me.
Well,
but you didn't talk to her first. Anyway, Joe continues to say, we're spending $250,000 a day in direct financial assistance. A day in direct financial assistance. Just opened a COVID unit at the Englewood Home, which is the nursing home in New Jersey for seniors, and of course they're figuring out how the government will help the fund and individuals who are ill and out of work, which is a lot of people. So anyway,
it's not
I know. Go ahead.
We're spending $250,000 a day in direct financial assistance.
That's number one.
We just opened a COVID unit at the Englewood Home. And we're figuring out how the government will help the fund and the individuals who are ill and out of work. And with your help, we'll get COVID behind us. It's true, but it's day to day. People are really freaking out. So anyway, I know no one really has any money. So the fact that anyone's donating anything is amazing. And I'm going to say this a million times throughout today. We actually have people matching tonight, which never happens.
But it's happened some. And we haven't really pushed it. But
don't contradict me in public. No,
maybe today will actually help.
We've never had two people that are not part of a stream match.
Oh, okay. You got me. Okay.
So these are two people that are just fans that watch it all the time. And because they love Randy, they literally said, we're going to match. And then they felt bad because they're capping it at $10,000. That's amazing. If we can raise $10,000 tonight, we will raise another $10,000. That's
right. And the way that the Actors Fund does it, and that's for Carol and Jeff. So thank you very much.
Carol and Jeff.
The way the Actors Fund does the matching, just so everyone knows, it's basically whoever donated on starsinthehouse.com, you see it. It goes to the Actors Fund 10 minutes before the show. up to 50 minutes after. So
Wait,
there's
15 or 50?
50.
Okay.
So that's because I just checked that out with Maggie beforehand. Here, Seth, let's take your advice. Tissue, scratching your face.
For this?
Well, we'll ask Dr. Lupone. Anyway, so 10 minutes before, which we're already past 50 minutes after the show ends, it will be matched.
Now, by the way, if you're watching this after we air, don't therefore not donate.
Exactly.
You still better donate.
Match.
This is just to up the
But listen to
donations.
this. So Jeff and Carol know what they're getting into. This is at the end of Orfeh and Andy Carl's show that was this
Which
afternoon.
was so fun.
Greg from we wanted to give these people shout outs. This is just a few of the people who donated. Greg from New York, $50. Francine from Texas. $50. Amber from Maryland, $50. Carolyn from North Carolina, $50. Jim from California, $50. Robert from Oklahoma, $25. And Chris and Rachel from New York gave $1,000 this afternoon to the Actors Fund.
That's because of Orfeh and Andy.
That's
Randy,
right.
you better be just as good. So we want to get $10,000 today. And don't
That's
forget,
right.
Randy Rainbow's coming soon. So listen.
I want to add one more thing.
Okay.
Go ahead. If you want to go
I
ahead.
was going to go to Nika.
Oh, let's real fast. I want to read this because this
We
is
get so
actually
many
been-
great letters. You can write us letters. Just go to starsinthehouse.com, write us letters there. We get one kid just wrote in and was like, hey, I'm 12 years old and I saw your MASH reunion. Now I'm watching the show. It's pretty good. Anyway, it's so
You mean
fun to get these
taxi.
letters. You're right.
We haven't had MASH.
You know, I
but that would
MASH
be
and text
fun.
are so similar. One word.
A workplace comedy,
Dramedies.
I guess.
No, dramedies. All right, come
Okay,
on.
that is true. But see, I listened to you, Seth. I listen. Now listen to this. This is from Beijing. Dear Seth and yes, I said Beijing, if you can believe it. Dear Seth and James, first of all, I want to thank you for bringing Starts in the House Fest during the quarantine period. My friends and I really enjoy it. Though we need to usually stay up until midnight because of the time difference.
Because they watch it live.
At last, though I'm living in Beijing currently, I'm paying close attention to the coronavirus situation in the U.S. Through my own experience, I do want to address the importance of social distancing and wearing masks. Please encourage people to take it seriously. I'm also concerned with the adverse situation people in the performing arts are facing. So I decided to donate all the money I earned through online tutoring to the Actors Fund.
Wow.
It's not much, but I wanted to do the best I can. It's not, I just want to say to Charlotte Wang, not too much. That's amazing. You're in Beijing and you're tutoring online and you're donating your money to the Actors Fund?
In America?
In America? That's crazy amazing. Now you can bring on Anika. You see why I had to read the letter.
So we're social distancing, but we're really trying to find ways to stay connected. And this is one of the ways, obviously. And our good pal, Anika Larson, Tony nominated for Beautiful. She's like, Tonys don't matter. Yes, they do. Anyway, she started something in her little town where she's giving porch concerts. And she sent a video. And her version of a porch concert,
Like a full-on professional
I've never seen anything
concert, but for free.
a more beautiful porch. I've never heard better singing. But just everything is amazing. Okay, this is
And it helps that she's married to an amazingly gifted musician,
Right.
so that helps.
If you do these porch concerts, by the way, everyone has to stand 6 feet apart, but put them online and hashtag porch concert. This is Anika recently. Listen how great this is.
Seen all of the movie stars in their fancy cars and their limousines. Been high in the Rockies under the Evergreens. But I know what I'm needing, and I don't want to waste more time. I'm in a New York state of mind.
I get it. You're amazing. Okay, so please welcome the porch concert lady herself on her porch.
Porch lady.
Porch lady.
The porch lady.
Hi, Nika.
It's cold on my porch right now, but it's all good.
Glad that you were waiting so long to go on. So you're doing this. So your neighbors are observing social distancing while you're doing it?
Absolutely. In fact, because as things became sort of more dire, we upped it to everybody has to be 10 feet apart now, just to be safe. But yeah, we're also thirsty for community, and artists want to perform, and it's a way that we can have a sort of lovely moment with our neighbors. Yeah, so I encourage really, you don't have to be professional, and you don't have to have a lot of neighbors. I saw on the news there were 2 kids who play the cello for their one elderly neighbor. She was their only audience member. All of it matters. It's wonderful.
I think it's so great. So Nika wrote us, and she was going through the thing that a lot of artists go through, where they're like, how am I really contributing to the world? What I do is shallow, blah, 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 which I don't buy at all. But then Nika was like, wait, I actually can contribute. So talk about your brilliant idea, Nika.
Yeah, I saw the first responders and how hard they're working, and it was really that I just felt like I'm not doing enough, and I was like, how fast can I go to nursing school or learn how to sew masks, because I don't know how to do that. And then literally as I was feeling sort of despairing, my friend Elizabeth, who teaches at Sewanee University in Tennessee, texted and said, could you do a Zoom talk, like a Q&A about life in the theater with my students? And I said yes, and then I reached out to a friend at New Paltz, SUNY New Paltz, and said, can I do one for you? And then the drama teacher at our local high school. And I was sort of thinking, how can I find more of these to do? I can help be a part of the remote learning that people are doing right now. And then I thought, oh, Stars in the House. Maybe I can go on there and plug my wares. So basically, guys, I am willing to, anyone out there, please email. Do you have the email? Can you put it up? Yes. Stars in the House Educate. Email me and I will do a Q&A for your students. If you're a teacher, if you're a student that wants me to come, if you're theater students, if you're not, you're just interested. And honestly, if you're in Beijing, I will do one for that tutor. For sure. Donate to the Actors Fund if you can. Please do it if you can afford to. In quid pro quo, donate to the Actors Fund. But also times are tight right now for a lot of people, and I don't want anybody to be excluded because they can't afford it. And then I also got a little panicky of like, a lot of people watch Seth and James at this point. What if there are too many requests and I just can't handle them all? And then I thought, I have a lot of friends who would love to do these with me. So if I can't do it for you, I will find you someone fabulous from Broadway who will. So email me and donate to the Actors Fund, and we will do talks and Q&As for any students out there who would like to learn about what it's like to be on Broadway and work in the theater.
And Anika's a real deal. She went to Yale, Tony nominated, about to come to Broadway and Almost Famous. She's got it going on. So Anika, you're amazing. You're going to come back. Give us more details when it starts happening. We're so excited.
I will. All right. Bye.
So for people panicking, Randy Rainbow soon. Okay, so let me please bring on the man.
As in now.
As in now. So Randy Rainbow is backstage waiting. We call it backstage. Hold on, let me get rid of this.
Well, I think StreamYard calls it backstage.
Yeah, well, by the way, everyone keeps asking, what are we using? It's called StreamYard.com. We're not on Zoom. It's StreamYard.com. Anyway, he's so smart. I'm so obsessed with his brilliance. Please welcome to the stage, Mr. Randy Rainbow.
Now? Oh my God, am I on?
Hi, Randy.
Hi. Oh my God, my light just went out as you went to me.
You look great.
Do I look good? Okay.
Yeah. Actually, keep the light out. No, I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? Like, right.
I will leave this stage. I will exit stage right.
Don't you think it's
lighting is no? I
think that's you.
It's good.
Now it's good.
It's good.
First of all, Randy, tell everybody the last time you used to complain about being in your little tiny small apartment. So you've now kind of moved to the big time. The apartment's stunning.
Thank you very much. I've moved on up to the Upper West Side. You know, I took this nice apartment and I'm relatively new here. I was in Astoria. Oh my God, I touched my face.
With your sleeve, you're allowed to do that.
Wait.
What is that?
He's getting it tissue.
I'm not kidding. I'm not doing shit. This is my life now. Okay. So I took the place like months ago, and I was, like you do when you get a new apartment, you imagine having fabulous cocktail parties and all the famous people, and Seth and James will come over. I never thought this will be a cute place to quarantine for. But whatever, I'm making the most of it. So here we are.
You got to ask your signature question.
So,
yeah.
Randy, so what?
By the way,
yes.
It has never happened. I've done the research. No one has ever matched the donations. It's because of me.
By the way,
there wouldn't be any Paramount Studio.
All the time. He totally downplayed it.
Okay, all right.
James, shut up. James, like, no, that happens all the time.
No, don't get me, Randy. I'm going to text you later. Anyway, James, ask your signature question.
Well, maybe Randy won't answer me now.
I think he will.
I don't even know who's talking. Are you there? Somebody there?
Randy, what are you doing to stay healthy during all of this? Mentally, what are you doing to keep relatively sane?
Why are you asking me that? I was just having a panic attack about how I'm not doing enough exercise. I'm eating pasta every night. I've gained 47 pounds yesterday. I don't care. I got an exercise mat though, and now I'm gonna start next week, not tomorrow, because I'm busy.
You are?
I'm gonna start doing stuff in my living room. I'm gonna do do you have a fitness routine online that you can recommend?
You know what? It's interesting you said that. We have a Peloton, like a Peloton bike in the
I
house,
wish I had that.
which is really helpful. But I am actually really curious. People can put in the comments. I'm sick of just doing the bike. I wish it was actually a full body. So if anyone has a recommendation that we could watch on YouTube with like bands, Randy and I will both take it. So on the comments, put on the side. I need something like that.
Is my light? Can you see me? Someone said it's too hot. There's
No, wait.
designers in the audience.
We're gonna stop obsessing about lights now.
Okay. You told me to look at the comments, and they're all criticizing my setup. Listen, this is a makeshift thing.
That's right.
No, I won't curse.
Well, turn
Whoa.
your light if you want.
You look great, actually.
But if it makes
It's
you
full Valerie Cherish setting.
It is. Well,
I got it.
okay, so Randy, let's go back for a second. So I know when you graduated college, your idea was that you were going to be a musical theater performer, not a stand-up comic, nothing comedy-wise, just pure musical theater.
Seth, I don't know. Can we really get into it? I didn't. First of all, graduate college. I dropped out and worked on a cruise ship.
What show? What was the show?
It was not even a show. It was. I don't even think it was a real ship. I don't even know what it was. No one has heard of this cruise line. It was the Regal Empress. Maybe people have heard of it. I hope they're doing well. It's a good time for cruises. But I was a singer in the Mermaid Lounge by night, and I would host bingo and horse racing by day. And, I was on like for 3 minutes, and then I jumped ship. But I did that first, and then I moved to New York, and then I didn't know what I was going to do. But I was always musical theater. That's what I did like in high school and my childhood. And I went to, performing arts camp with Josh Gad and like famous people. But I didn't know.
Did you not have good? By the way, look how sweet this is. Just for 2 seconds.
Wow.
Randy, James, and Seth, all three of you made this nightmare a little less horrifying. When this is all over, and it will be, I hope you'll be recognized as the heroes you are. Oh, sweet.
That's nice. She was talking mainly to me, but that's nice that she spelled your names right.
Frozen. Wait, but let me.
Oh my God, what is this light? Okay.
Let me ask you something. So were you going to auditions when you were in New York when you first got here?
I didn't do the usual typical thing that you're supposed to do. I was a very young 21-year-old. This was 3 years ago. Seth? I mean, James. You're already on thin ice.
I'm out.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to do. I had a lot of growing up to do. So I just came. My first job was at Hooters, famously.
As what?
As a host. I was a host. I didn't wear the shorts or anything. They would not allow it.
Wait a minute, you would lead people into Hooters for real?
Yes, these poor men would come after work and be so excited to be at Hooters on 56th in Manhattan, and they'd walk in, and there I'd be with a clipboard. I know, devastating. I got a lot of phone numbers, though, surprisingly.
Wait a minute, out of all
we don't have to talk about Hooters the whole show, but yeah, what? Your question? You?
So you weren't... So you weren't really auditioning for me. You weren't going to open calls and cattle calls?
No, I didn't. I went, a few, and then I did like some very awful shows like in Jersey. But not like I did a couple of cattle call type things for Broadway, but I didn't. I worked in Broadway producing offices. Like I worked for Richard Frankel when they were doing Hairspray and Sweeney Todd and things like that. And I just always sort of had a foot in the Broadway community. And then I just started doing my own thing. YouTube came along and I was able to do my own thing. I was always very shy and I was not a good auditioner. So it's very good that I'm able to just sort of make my own situation because that's what helped me out.
Yourself.
Yeah.
So you kind of figured that early on, Randy, that auditioning and all that and wasn't for you?
Yeah, I always said that, I'll get more disciplined about it, but it never happened. And I started like writing a blog and that started taking off a little bit. And so I always had these little motivations to sort of keep going down this path that I was creating for myself. And then I started dating Mel Gibson and that like took me to the...
Talk about that. So talk about how that video happened.
I was writing a blog. I was working at the accounting firm that does all of Broadway and does all the tours and everything. Right. And they're my accountants now, and I love them. They're great. Isn't life funny? But I was so bored as hell that I started writing this blog, and I started, just sort of doing comedic observations about pop culture and stuff like that. And then the Mel Gibson thing happened. You remember the Mel Gibson thing. I don't have to.
No, tell people, because I actually don't really remember when it happened. I've heard you talk about it. What was
it? We just came on our 10-year anniversary. It was these tapes of him yelling at his wife, these horrible, racist, anti-Semitic, rants.
Right.
They leaked, and so those tapes were circulating. So I just had the idea one day. I've always been into like sketch comedy and things, and I thought, wouldn't it be a funny kind of bit if I used those tapes and sort of walked around my house having romantic phone conversations with them? Because everyone was up in arms and talking about how horrible it was. Obviously, it was a terrible thing. And I thought, what if I like flip it and just sort of speak, and sort of like come at it from another angle and just talk to him lovingly like I was his boyfriend, which was funny on a number of levels, I guess. But that took off. And took me to the next level. And then every time there's a horrible person in the headlines, it's good for my career.
But go back. So you made this video. By the way, I just want to point out your acting is so good because you're really just having an everyday conversation. But it's so you're not playing that as everyday. Right. You're literally acting like it's everyday. By the way, I don't want to have too much cursing on the show. I found one clip from it I could show that actually has beeps in it. But I just want you to watch how brilliant and
you have a clip.
Yeah, there's actual clip. Here we go. Watch how great it is.
Okay, well now here's the $1 million question. What do I wear tonight?
Because I was thinking,
that blue that I have with the black stripes?
But should I wear it with the
blazer? Or would that be too dressy?
You look like a honey. And when you get raped by a pack, it'll be your fault. All right?
So no blazer.
The good old days. I miss them.
It's so real, and the eyes looking around as you're listening to him. It's so real.
Thank you. Well, I loved him truly. I was very committed to that relationship.
So the interviews, because I guess Broadway World wound up hiring you to like start doing interviews with people.
Yeah, that was kind of. I thank Broadway World. They sort of gave me my first. I guess it was my first time that someone was paying me to do this sort of thing, and that allowed me to do more of it and kind of hone my craft, as it were.
I would love to just take 2 seconds to deconstruct your Barbra Streisand.
My interview with Barbara?
What'd you say?
My interview?
Yes.
Okay.
So basically, you found the one moment where she's so blank-faced. Did you look at it and go, that's an amazing face that I have to keep going back to?
Yeah, that's one of the most fun parts of my process is sifting through like the interview footage and finding the reaction shots. And so, like, that was gold to me, whatever you're talking about. I'm sure
the beginning of it, because she's so non-reactive to everything you're saying and shut down. Okay, just watch how brilliant this is.
Welcome to a very special interview with a woman who some believe, I count myself among them, is the greatest star in the world. A woman so accomplished, so beloved, so legendary. She needs no introduction. Randy Rainbow. And my very special guest.
Guess her name.
Oh, please.
Barbra Streisand.
The timing, Randy, the timing is so good comedically because you're also doing your own editing of your own comedy. It's not like you're filming and someone else is editing your comedy, right? It's you.
I do. I'm trying to fix my volume. This is horrible. Yes, I do everything myself. Nobody will work with me, and I edit it and everything, which is a horrible nightmare, by the way, editing yourself for hours. It's not a natural thing. I don't recommend it.
It's so brilliant. So what I love now is because I feel you made it so big. Like I'll see people on Twitter being like, Randy Rainbow, you're brilliant. Like all these like Broadway stars, like so many people are obsessed with you. What does it feel like that they know who you are?
It's nuts. It's absolute craziness. I don't have to tell you, but I mean, I was a major just fangirl. That was my whole career. And as a child was just, my wall was covered with pictures of these people. My whole life was, circled around when the next time I was going to get to go see them on stage. And to have people like, I mean, the Broadway community really reached out first. People like Audra McDonald and, now Bernadette Peters is coming to my show. It's insane. It makes no sense.
I remember seeing one tweet. I was like, how does Randy Rainbow feel that literally 2-time Tony Award winner Donna Murphy is a fan, and enough of a fan, by the way, to make a surprise appearance on the show.
Away from my life. This is the best show.
Hello, cutie pie.
Hi, Don. I love you.
I love you and I miss you.
I miss you so much. This
Miss
is
everybody. Jesus Christ, I miss everybody.
I know. How are you doing?
Doing okay.
Yeah.
Doing okay. I got my gal here, my daughter, just
Good.
turned 15 2 days ago. Everybody's dream to be in quarantine with your mother when you're 15 years old.
Sure. She's in heaven. That's the birthday fantasy. She hit the jackpot. At least your mother's Donna Murphy. Or does she not feel the same way I would in that situation?
You guys should get together and talk.
I will tell her about Donna
Then
Murphy.
you can tell me what she says.
Okay.
Randy,
What?
I thought I just had this great brunch with Donna Murphy, who donated to have brunch to help the Humane Society of New York. And she was telling the most amazing Broadway stories. I thought you'd appreciate one. First of all, do you know the first Broadway show Donna Murphy ever did when she was still in college?
I know Donna Murphy better than you think. Okay.
Oh.
We hang out like regularly. Don't act. I don't know that answer though.
Okay. Timing was amazing. Okay.
I don't. We haven't gotten to that.
One day bar together.
I'll play the band.
I took.
You know it?
No, go.
What show?
What is that, Little Shop? Sing our song.
Good boy.
I'm good. I'm gay.
So,
Ding, ding.
Donna, please tell Randy about your amazing Uta Hagen-ness and how it basically backfired.
Stella Adler was my teacher.
Stella Adler.
Excuse me. God rest her soul. I'm looking at I have like a little sketch of her behind the computer. Anyway, well, I was a student at NYU, and I was in their undergrad drama department where I took my, oh my God, I'm brain dead. Okay, it just came back.
I know.
I took my academics at the university, and then I studied at the Stella Adler Conservatory, and Stella was still with us, and I studied with her, and I would, too often for my parents' taste when they heard about it later on, would cut classes to go to open calls for musicals. Because you weren't allowed to perform in any shows the first 2 years that you were at the conservatory. They wanted you to shake off your bad habits and actually develop, a foundation of technique.
Right.
So anyway, I went to many open calls, and I went to an open call for They're Playing Our Song, the non-equity singers who move well call. And anyway, it was crazy. I ended up getting the job, even though during the audition process, I remember Pat Birch, who was the choreographer, when it was time for us to get up and do our little routines, choreography routine, she had us get up, and then she said, okay, so in this group, I just want to say, I'd like you all to watch this girl, that being me. She said, from the neck up, because what's going on below is, she doesn't know what she's doing, but she really gets what we're playing, what I talked about these characters are. And so, so Donna, why don't you just go ahead and that's what I do. So, I stumbled my way through it, probably making a lot of crazy faces, and got the gig. So I'm doing the job. So I was hired to be a swing. But the show had opened. It was a hit. They had one understudy. They want to have two covers for the three ladies who are basically backup singers. And so I then when Debbie Shapiro Gravitt, the great Debbie Shapiro Gravitt, left to do a new show out of town that she had a great part in. I think it was Swing, and it was like starting at the arena stage in DC. I don't know why I remember that. Anyway, I was to replace her, and that was great. And but I got kind of bored because I've been studying and just starting to not really understand, but be curious about the things that were coming at me in terms of what it meant to be an actress. And I done plays and musicals in high school and stuff, but I realized this isn't really what I want to be doing. I don't want to be singing backup. I didn't think I was above it. I felt like I don't care where I have to go and do the tiniest part, but I want to feel like I'm, playing a role anyway. So I just started getting a little too creative while I was one of those 3 backup singers, 3 alter egos, excuse me. And so each night I would choose a different kind of iconic female character in dramatic literature to be my persona. So, it might have been Eva Perón, or it could have been Miss Julie, or I don't know, Beatrice from Much Ado. It was just crazy. And it was not like I was doing anything obvious, I don't think, or so I thought. At one point, the dance captain, who was the girlfriend of our producer and eventually became his longtime wife, said, I noticed when we did a put-in rehearsal for a new actor who was going into the show that you just were like, just very simple, and you really weren't doing much. I said, yeah, I was really just marking. I hope that was okay. She goes, that's what I want you to do for the rest of the run.
Oh my God, this is a terrible story.
I know. It's hilarious, isn't it? Aren't you glad you chose
it? From your perspective.
Because there's too much going on. There's too much going on.
You know your 2-time Tony Award winner, Donna Murphy?
She didn't have a crystal ball.
I'm saying.
We did not see the writing on the wall. Not singing it tonight.
But I love really please mark on Broadway from now on.
So I just started looking for those other open calls that I could go to. I didn't have an agent. I was in this whole new world. Everything's a song cue. Didn't you already have Lea Salonga on?
Yes.
A whole new world. But,
The point is, Donna Murphy is brilliant enough that just marking is good enough for Broadway.
That's what I took from the story.
They didn't fire me. They just
because your marking was like beyond anyone's full out performance.
Wow.
So Donna Murphy, you have to come back for a real show and actually.
I will. I promise.
Donna, I love you. I got to. Donna, did you asked me to introduce you for that thing?
That was a surprise for me.
That was a surprise.
There was I was being honored by a theater company, and they knew I was a fan of yours. And
did you hear that, James?
When they what? I'm not lying. No, I think they must have been following me on Twitter and seeing that I was crushing on you, and
you say it.
Doing the talent crush, and also you're really cute. I know we don't.
Oh my God, my hair. Okay.
Whatever. You are. You're adorable, and you're brilliantly talented, and you are doing us all a service. You have been for years.
That is so nice. Well, you are one of those people that I was talking about, and you didn't let me get further enough.
Yeah, I noticed you didn't get past. It's okay. I didn't take it personally.
No, I did. I said 2 people, but you were on my wall.
I just saw it. It's time to say goodbye. I just saw that comment.
You got sassed.
What are you doing?
Well, and what I was whispering to Randy was, I bet, because there are a lot of people that are watching because they don't know musical theater. They don't know how great Donna Murphy is. But I bet they know that she was one of the stars of Tangled.
So now
just back at you, those who...
Yeah, they just got this is Randy's moment. F up, it's Tangled's moment.
Who is doing that? How dare you?
Say, listen to Randy.
How dare you?
Oh my God, I'm not even performing. But the point was, after we did that, after I got to introduce her when she was being honored at this thing, which was such an honor for me, I said, listen, Donna, I'm trying to get lucky tonight. Would you mind if I took you down the street to Therapy, a gay bar here in Manhattan? Because I knew it was their Broadway night, so I took 2-time Tony Award winner Donna Murphy to Broadway night at Therapy. Can you imagine the scene? I went home alone anyway. I went home alone. It's fine. I think Don and I had a little action.
You hooked up. And on that note, Donna Murphy, come back.
Starting rumors. Donna.
Whatever.
Whatever. I love
Whatever entertains people, whatever gets people to donate the money to this incredible organization. You guys are doing just an amazing thing, but you always do. You always come up with a way to support people who need it. And now a lot of people need it.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Donna, you're the best.
Donna.
You'll be back. Donna Murphy.
Bye, Donna. Call me. Love.